On February 19th at the Santiago Bernabeu, the atmosphere was electric. Real Madrid had convincingly defeated Manchester City 3-1, advancing to the last 16 of the Champions League. After a rough start to the competition, suffering defeats to Lille, AC Milan, and Liverpool, and missing out on the top 8, it seemed like anything was possible again. Having won 2 of the last 3 editions, and a record 15 in total, Madrid were quickly reinstated as favorites to lift the trophy in 2025. A key factor in this turnaround was the arrival of Kylian Mbappé, who made a major impact 6 months after his signing. His hat-trick against City became the highlight of the season, silencing critics who had questioned whether his arrival had harmed the team. Now, Mbappé was talking about making history at Madrid, with journalists wondering if he could match the legacy of all-time top scorer Cristiano Ronaldo. Many of the early season concerns surrounding Madrid seem to have been resolved. Against City, they managed without long-term defensive absentees Dani Carvajal and Eder Militao, and didn't regret failing to sign a replacement for Toni Kroos in midfield. Federico Valverde stepped in at right-back with ease, and Dani Ceballos was playing the best football of his career in midfield. However, a 2-1 defeat to Real Betis in La Liga on Saturday, which saw Barcelona and Atlético Madrid leapfrog them in the title race, revived those doubts. Despite the win over City, Madrid's domestic form has been poor, with just 1 win in 5 league games. Ceballos is now injured, and Valverde is not fully fit. Up next, they face their toughest challenge yet: local rivals Atlético in Tuesday's Champions League round of 16 first leg. Madrid must prove themselves again. The defense. Madrid were already short at the back after failing to replace Nacho Fernandez last summer. Then, in October and November, both Carvajal and Militao suffered ACL tears. David Alaba has only just recovered from a similar injury, but in the win over City, 2 players helped alleviate those worries: Valverde and Raúl Asensio. Asensio, 22, made his debut in November and wasn't initially part of Carlo Ancelotti's first-team plans. He wasn't even the club's most highly rated young defender. That title belonged to 17-year-old Joan Martinez, whose development was hindered by a long-term injury. Yet Asensio stepped up and performed brilliantly. Raúl has surprised everyone, myself included, Ancelotti said last month. Against City, Asensio was outstanding, providing the assist for Mbappé's opening goal and never looking out of place. Valverde, typically a central midfielder, seamlessly filled in at right-back, ensuring Carvajal's absence was hardly noticed. Valverde dealt comfortably with City's Savinho and Omar Marmoush. If you didn't know any better, you'd have thought he was a natural defender. Ancelotti humorously called Valverde the 3rd best right-back in the world when he stepped in for Carvajal or Lucas Vázquez, but now it's clear that Valverde is a major upgrade on the latter. The only issue is Valverde's nagging injury, which saw him miss Madrid's last 2 games. His fitness could be a key factor in determining the outcome of the Atlético match. The midfield. Aside from Asensio's emergence, Dani Ceballos' importance to Real Madrid this season has been the most significant and surprising factor in the team's improvement. With Toni Kroos' retirement, Madrid needed a deep-lying playmaker to partner with either Valverde or Aurelien Tchouameni, and Ceballos, 28, has stepped into that role. Previously plagued by injuries and inconsistency, Ceballos has seized what could be his last chance to cement his place at Madrid. He has been consistently active, with the highest passing accuracy in La Liga, 94.5% this season. Between November and February, he started 16 games across all competitions. However, he suffered a hamstring injury during Madrid's 1-0 Copa del Rey win against Real Sociedad last week, and is expected to be out for 2 months. I'm really sad to have to stop now, just when I felt like I was playing my best, Ceballos said. Ceballos will be missed against Atlético, as will Jude Bellingham, who is suspended after picking up his 3rd yellow card in the Champions League this season. Ancelotti will have to choose between Tchouaméni, Eduardo Camavinga, and Luka Modric to fill the midfield spots, with Brahim Diaz likely to replace Bellingham. The attack. With Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Bellingham, when available in the attack, Madrid doesn't have to worry much about scoring goals. Even with a poor domestic phase, Madrid scored 20 goals in 8 league games, followed by 6 goals in the City playoff. Mbappé's hat-trick at the Bernabeu completely silenced any remaining doubts about his ability, making it 28 goals in 40 appearances for Madrid this season. Ancelotti acknowledged that Mbappé wasn't at his best against Betis, having had a tooth removed before the match, but overall, his form has steadily improved in 2024-25. Vinicius, though sometimes inconsistent, has delivered in the Champions League with 7 goals in 8 games this season. His performance at the Etihad made City fans regret their "Stop Crying Your Heart Out" Ballon d'Or banner in support of Rodri. Okay, Vinicius tweeted after the second leg. In the Champions League, there's no doubt about the impact of the best award winner. Alongside him, Rodrigo has become nearly untouchable, starting both legs against City. The coach. Heading into the season, much of the discussion around Madrid revolved around whether Ancelotti could fit his fantastic four of Mbappé, Vinicius, Bellingham, and Rodrigo into the same starting lineup, especially in difficult matches. The 2 games against City, even though they faced a weakened version of a great team, showed that the answer is a resounding yes. Ancelotti has found a 4-4-2 formation, with Bellingham and Rodrigo dropping into midfield when out of possession, leaving Mbappé and Vinicius as the 2 forwards. This provides the defense with adequate protection, as long as the forwards continue to put in the work. That didn't happen in Madrid's 2-1 loss to Betis, where the team fell apart after an early lead. If we play like this, we won't win on Tuesday, Ancelotti admitted. I hope this will wake us up. Lately, we've been more organized and compact, but today we weren't able to do that. Against Atlético Madrid and their fierce, combative coach Diego Simeone, Madrid must match their intensity. In Atletico's hard-fought 1-0 win over Athletic Club on Saturday, which lifted them above Madrid in the La Liga standings, the crowd erupted for "Too Late," crunching tackles from midfielder Conor Gallagher. Simeone celebrated like Gallagher had scored a last-minute winner. If Real Madrid is to progress to the quarterfinals, they'll have to match that passion and energy.